Hello, and welcome to lesson 3.03b, independent practice. Welcome so much. We are undoing distributive property. Let's get started. Let's jump right into it. Zoom in. First, read the instructions. Fill in the blanks to rewrite the sum of the two numbers in an equivalent form using the distributive property. So we are not solving, we are writing in equivalent form. Cool, good to know. First step, let's find, so 27 and 42, 27 and 42. First step to solving these problems, let's find a common factor, specifically the greatest common factor. So I'm going to list out the factors for both of these numbers. Sometimes you might be able to think the correct answer, but just to be sure, I like to make a list. I'm not going to do one pairs, so like 1 times something. I'm not going to do that because I know that's not going to give me the greatest common factor, I think. Maybe I should. Here we go. 1 factor pairs, boom. First factor pair for each is done. Now 2 does not go into 27. If I skip count by 2, I don't get 27. But if I go by threes, yeah, 3 times 9 is 27. So there's factor pairs. And I think that's it for 27. I think those are all the factors. About 42. Oh, it's an even number, so I know 2 goes into 42. 2 times 21 is 42, because half of 4 is 2, half of 2 is 1, 21. I think 42 has some other number pairs, other factor pairs. Let's see if 42, let's see if 3 goes into 42. Nice. 3 and 14. Does 4 go into 42? No. 5 doesn't. Does 6 go into 42? Yes, it does. 6 and 7. Okay, I think that's all. Nice. What are my common factors? 1 is a common factor. 3 is a common factor. What is the greatest common factor? It's 3. So I'm going to divide both of these by 3. And rewrite it as 3 times that answer plus this answer. So what is 27 divided by 3? 27 divided by 3 is 9. What's 42 divided by 3? 42 divided by 3 is 14. Here is my final answer. I have rewritten this first expression as a product of its common factor. 3 times 9 plus 14 is the same as 27 plus 42. We just undid the distributive property. Instead of timesing by the number outside, I divided by a common number and put that common number on the outside of these parentheses. 3, 19, 14. 3, oh, not 19, 3, 9, 14. Let's see, check. Nice. Okay, 35 and 60. Fill in the blanks to rewrite the sum of the two numbers in an equivalent form using the distributive property. 35 and 60. 35, 60. We are not adding, we are rewriting this expression. So first, let's find the common factors. I'm going to do that by making a list of factors of factor pairs for 35 and 60. 35, 1 and 35, easy. Then I got 5 and 7 is another factor pair. 5 times 7 is 35. I think that's it. I think that is all. Then for 60, 1 and 60, I got 2 times 30 is 60. That's a factor pair. 3 times 10. No, that's not right. 3 times 20. 4 and 15. Wow, we got a lot of them for 60. 5 and 12. 6. Oh my goodness. 10. 7, no. 8, no. 9, no. Okay, we're done. All right, let's circle the common factors. 1's a common factor. 5's a common factor. And that's all. What is the greatest common factor? It is 5. First step is done, the hunt for the greatest common factor. Now, let's divide both terms by the common factor and put that greatest common factor here on the outside of our parentheses. Then we'll write the answer to 35 divided by 5 here, and the answer to 60 divided by 5 here. So what is 35 divided by 5? Nice. 7. What is 60 divided by 5? Nice. That is 12. Thank you, calculators, for that. And here's my final answer. 5, if I used distributive property the normal way, I would do 5 times 7, which is 35, and then 5 times 12, which is 60. So backwards distributive property, we are dividing out a common factor and then rewriting the expression as a product of the common factors. 5, 7, 12. 5 times 7 plus 12. Question 3. Rewrite the sum of the two numbers in the form a times b plus c. 39 and 21. Back to the whiteboard. 39 plus 21. I want it to look like something times something plus something. First, let's find a common factor, the greatest common factor. To do that, I'm going to do it the long way. Long does not mean hard, but long does mean long. So I'm going to take a little bit long. And I like doing a factor chart more than a factor tree, because sometimes with factor trees, we might miss the greatest common factor. But also with charts, you might miss it. So it's nice to have multiple different ways to solve these problems, right? So 1, 39. I know 3 goes into it, I think, because 3 goes into 30 and 3 goes into 9. So 3, let's see, 39 divided by 3. Hey, it made a whole number. So 3 times 13 is 39. And I think that's it. I think that's all my numbers. Now let's go to 21. 1 and 21. 2, nope. Does 3 go into 21? Yeah. 3 times 7 is 21. And I think that's it. I think that's all. So let's circle my common factors. Common factor. 3 is a common factor for both numbers. What is my greatest common factor? It is the number 3. So I'm going to divide both numbers by 3, and I'm going to write 3 in front of these parentheses. And I'll write the answer to 39 divided by 3 here, and write the answer to 21 divided by 3 here. What is 39 divided by 3? Thank you, calculator. It is 13. What is 21 divided by 3? Thank you, calculator. It is 7. If I were to use distributive property the front way, the normal way, I would do 3 times 13, then 3 times 7, which would make 39 plus 21. So doing it backwards, I'm dividing out a common number, the number 3, which gives me 3 times 13 plus 7. 3 times 13 plus 7. 3 times 13 plus 7. Yeah. 42 and 35. Last question. 42 and 35. 42, 35. Okay, maybe let's use a factor tree this time. Getting a little bored of the chart. 42, 35. So factor trees, I don't do 1 and the number because that would make my number tree go on forever. Right, 142, 142, 142. That's not very productive, now is it? So what is another pair of numbers that multiply to get 42? Nice. 2 times 21. 21 is not a prime number yet. We've got to keep going all the way down to prime numbers. So what are 2 numbers that multiply to get 21? Nice. 3 and 7. Now we have only prime numbers. What are 2 numbers that multiply to get 35? Nice. 5 and 7. And both of those are prime. So we stop there. Tiny tree. What are the common factors? Is 7, and that's it. And 1. 1 is also a common factor, but the greatest common factor is 7. Booyah. So let's divide both terms by 7 and write 7 outside the parentheses. Now we will write the answer to 42 divided by 7 there, and the answer to 35 divided by 7 here. What is 42 divided by 7? Thank you, calculator. It is 6. What is 35 divided by 7? Thank you, calculator. The number 5. So our answer for this problem is 765. For me, 765. 7 times 6 plus 5. Now, your problems will be different, right? Your problems will be different, but they will look a lot similar. They will look very similar to my problems. And they will have the exact same instructions, very similar numbers, and the exact same steps to solve these problems. Different numbers, but same steps. If you need more help, please let me know in a Canvas message. Good luck. Bye.